And
Absolutely.
how many people will never have that experience just because they will stay trapped in whatever bubble they're in?
Ooh. See, you're speaking gold because oftentimes we think of ourselves based on the way that people think of us. So
Mhm.
in the States, because we have the news and every single thing that's going on, whether it's directly or indirectly, we oftentimes embody, the narrative about Black Americans in the States, which, oftentimes we don't like ourselves.
Yeah.
But in another country, when you get this, and I'm not even just going to say preferential, if you have people who are curious about you,
Mhm.
you have people that praise you or want to know more about you, or, they're speaking to you, you start to like yourself more, like, oh, I didn't know, right? I didn't know I was something, until I left. And the classroom is, I mean, of course, just, my experience in education, the classroom is the best space for that because, you're dealing with students, you're dealing with
Mhm.
parents, you're dealing with colleagues, you're dealing with admin. Like, it's this ecosystem of people. And
Mhm.
most of the time when I had issues, it was with white Americans,
Mhm.
white folks from other Western countries,
Mhm.
and especially like in places where the majority are brown, like here, we are preferred over other folks. But it's
Yeah.
beautiful because you get to do that. Mirror work looks different.
Mhm.
It looks completely different.
Wow. I love that. So what's interesting about your work too is that you've had your own personal experience, right? And then you've also done the research, right, and getting your PhD, even though specifically in the education field. But can you talk about that a little? Because you already said some things that I'm like, I never heard that before. I didn't know that about, the education system. And I'm actually dealing with that now, like even though I'm still in the DC area, shifting counties, so coming from predominantly Black Prince George's County and moving to more diverse
Mhm.
Black, Latino, white